Hey everybody, it's Christy from here at My Artful Adventures, and I thought I would give you a quick flip through of the journal that I made for the Beauty for Ashes event. These are going to women who are struggling with homelessness or addiction, and so we made journals to send to them in an event, and this was mine. And so I'll just show you. It's very plain and simple. I did not really do a lot of foo-foo stuff in mine. I primarily have given them a place to journal. So I just wanted to go through it, and I'll show you how I've done the cover here in a minute. This is a piece of leather that I've used for the cover, and the whole inside is just fairly simple. The pages were from a couple of collections from Shaylee Morehouse from Facebook. Here's a little pocket. Oh, I had some cards. I had to re-glue the bottom. I had some little cards to stick in there. But you can see I just made a lot of tuck spots and things to stick some of these cards in. I think that the cards are really positive in nature, and I think they're great. They also have room on the back that they can also use them for doing a little bit of journaling too. This book is full of places to journal. This one is just a hidden paper clip in here. There were a bunch of cards, kind of the size of a postcard. I've left them blank on the back. Just made a pocket. I've made lots of pockets to tuck things in. Here's one of the hidden paper clips. I don't know, that thing is a little bit hard to get on sometimes. It probably needed to be made a little bit different. But here's a coffee filter that I just folded and used for more of the little cards. Lots of positive and uplifting sayings that I think that anyone who is struggling with problems like that would really appreciate. And so are some of these little long cards. So just lots of little goodies like that. And just tuck spots and plain. It's plain, you guys. But not every journal has to be super fancy with lots and tons of lace and everything. In fact, not everybody likes that. I know if it was my girls, they wouldn't like that. And I would hate to spend that much time on something and nobody, the person that gets it, not really appreciate the time that was spent. Not that we're looking to get any kind of accolades from that, but I did just want to give them a place to do some journaling and some pretty things to look at too. This was a piece that I always love taking a pocket or something and just gluing it on the three edges so that it gives you another little place to tuck some things in. And these are where I ended up. For those of you who watched when I originally had worked on this, I had printed this on 28-pound paper, and 28-pound paper is, pretty heavy. I don't know what in the world I was thinking, but it really made it heavy, and I ended up not putting like all the pages that I had printed in. And so, I just put these in. I just tucked them in, folded them kind of like a letter, and stuck them in here like that so that there were a few other pages to use. Now, I wanted to tell you how I made the cover. It is just a piece of plain leather, and I don't know if they still have it or not, but Cricut used to sell these pieces of leather that were 12 by 12 squares that you could even run through, some of their, more, the newer machines that can cut, different, a bigger variety of materials. And what I ended up doing, I had sewn the signature together already, but what I ended up doing was I poked 3 holes here. I went ahead and I did my my signature in a pretty color, so it was kind of pretty, and then you can see that on the back. So the whole thing is so plain, and you guys, I just couldn't do that the whole thing. It had to have a little bit of brighter color. If I was going to send it off, it had to be a little bit me, right? And so what I did back here was I used my the Big Bite, and I poked 2 holes in here, and this is just a piece of that sari silk, and so I ran it in through here, and that just becomes my ties. And I don't think that it's really I don't think that it looks bad, and it'll hold it together. And so now they have a nice leather cover for the journal, and this was just one of the other the little things from the collection, and I just could cut it out and put that on, and that's it, you guys. So this one was ready to go and send off. I think I will tuck a little note in though, and wish the person luck who is give them my best wishes on their journey. So you guys, and I probably am most proud of this idea of the way that I did the back of the journal to put ties on it, you guys. So you guys take care, have a great day, and cheers to your artful adventures.